Welcome to Proven and Probable, where we deliver mining insights and bullion sales in the form of physical delivery, offshore depositories, and private blockchain distributed ledger technology.
Welcome to Proven and Probable. I'm your host, Maurice Jackson. Joining us today is Michael Rowley. He is the president and the CEO of Group 10 Metals, which is known for platinum, palladium, nickel, copper, and cobalt in the Stillwater district of Montana. Mr. Rowley, it's been a little over 2 weeks, and we welcome you back on the program, sir.
Thank you, Maurice. Glad to be back.
For members of the audience, Group 10 Metals is on a hot streak as far as quantity and quality news flow. The company continues to deliver exciting results and information from the target areas identified at the 25-kilometer flagship Stillwater West Project. And what we're seeing is not just mineralization, but high-grade mineralization. Mr. Rowley, your team must be eagerly anticipating the coming exploration season.
That's right, Maurice. Absolutely.
As a reminder, we featured Group 10 Metals on our program on the 20th of April, and we invite you to visit that discussion on our website, provenandprobable.com. Mr. Rowley, you have to accept my apologies if I stole some of your thunder, but I'm quite impressed with the progress your team has and continues to make on the behalf of shareholders. The company just issued a press release on Tuesday regarding high-grade mineralization results from the Iron Mountain target. Before you take us there, for first-time listeners, please introduce us to the Stillwater West Project and the opportunity it presents for shareholders.
I'd be glad to, and that enthusiasm is appreciated, and we share it. We are indeed on a hot streak. I like your words there, and it's the Stillwater West Project that's driving that. Group 10 is one of two companies active in the Stillwater complex in Montana. The other company is Sibanye-Stillwater, which is a company that was created when South African gold miner Sibanye bought the Stillwater mines in 2017 for about $2.2 billion. They operate 3 mines on one deposit there. It's called the Johns Manville or JM Reef deposit. And that is the highest grade platinum group element deposit in the world and one of the largest. It hosts 80 million ounces of platinum and palladium at over 16 grams per ton grade. If you think about that for a minute, we get excited when gold deposits have 10 million ounces at a couple of grams per ton. The JM Reef deposit is 8 times that size and also 8 times that grade, and it's open for expansion even at that size. It's a truly fantastic deposit, and it speaks to the amount of metal that is in the layered magmatic system there at Stillwater. So Group 10 has a very large land position. We adjoin Sibanye-Stillwater across about 25 kilometers, and we cover the whole lower portion of the Stillwater complex. We also have some claims above them in that layered geology. In addition to that land position, we've also compiled a terrific database, which includes about 12,000 meters of physical core, plus geochemical and geophysical surveys, and we've attracted a world-class team that is familiar with the new geologic models developed at the Platte Reef in South Africa, which is a similar layered magmatic complex. So we're now at a point we've completed the initial phase of data compilation and modeling work on our priority target areas, and we've issued a series of news releases on those results. Everything we've done to date, including our compilation modeling work and our 2018 programs on the ground, confirms the potential for multiple large and very large polymetallic platinum, palladium, nickel, copper, and cobalt deposits at Stillwater. We're calling these Platte Reef-style deposits based on the similarities we see with the Platte Reef district of South Africa, which has become a world leader in the supply of low-cost platinum, palladium, nickel, and copper since about the 1990s with the development of Anglo-American's Mogalakwena mine and Ivanhoe's Platte Reef mine, which is now under construction. These are massive mines. Mogalakwena, I think, is 265 million ounces of PGEs. And the Platte Reef mine of Ivanhoe, I believe, is 112 million ounces or thereabouts. They're massive. And they occur in the lower part of these layered magmatic systems. So that same portion of the Stillwater complex has never been systematically tested for deposits of this type. Even though the geologic parallels are well known, the setting is correct, and every indication is there in the database, including these drill results that we're compiling and reporting. That exploration process was basically interrupted at Stillwater. Last comment on that, we took a big step forward in 2018 when Dr. David Broughton, a key member of the discovery team at Ivanhoe's Platte Reef project, joined our team and confirmed that that potential is real at Stillwater.
Mr. Rowley, the value proposition that Group 10 Metals presents to the market is quite intriguing. Before we delve into the press release, I'd like to expand the narrative and have you share some of the successes that the company has delivered on thus far from the 2018 drill targets.
Yeah, the whole project has been a success from day one in the summer of 2017. It just keeps unfolding and offering more and more. At this point, we are in the middle of a series of news releases revealing what we found to date and laying out our priority targets and plans for 2019. It's a massive project with a large database, so we simply started on the west and have been working to the east, focusing on 8 large target areas, with each one having the potential to host a Platte Reef-style deposit in the lower Stillwater complex.
Prior to our interview, we had an offline discussion regarding the 3 Gs. Share with us, what are the 3 Gs, and does Group 10 Metals have 3 Gs at the Stillwater West Project?
Geologists get excited when the 3 Gs, being geophysics, geochemistry, and geology, correlate. And that's basically how we develop these 8 target areas. In each area, we see kilometer-scale geophysical anomalies, and by that we mean areas of highly conductive rocks that correlate with large areas of high levels of metals in soils. And then you add to that, where we have data, we see rock and drill data confirming that those conductive anomalies are indeed targeting copper and nickel sulfide mineralization. 3 of those 8 target areas have a substantial amount of past drilling, and those are the priority for work in 2019, being the Chrome Mountain, Camp Zone, and Iron Mountain target areas. We'll discuss Iron Mountain in the current news release in a minute, but the successes at Chrome Mountain and Camp Zone center on known mineralized zones that are open for expansion in terms of both grade and size based on our data compilation work and targeting to date. At those areas, we see the potential to quickly advance that known mineralization to a resource delineation stage.
Michael, take us now to the Iron Mountain target, which just released some exciting high-grade polymetallic results. And I want to begin with some historical context. What did we know about the target area prior to drilling?
Well, we knew that the Iron Mountain target area was the most advanced at Stillwater. We knew it was mined historically for high-grade nickel, copper, and other commodities, as were other parts of our claim block at Stillwater West. And we knew it had excellent coverage by soil geochemistry and geophysics. Our early compilation work showed a 2.9 kilometer wide conductive high anomaly in those geophysical survey results. And that's about the correct size of footprint for a Platte Reef style deposit. It also has the biggest drill database, and that provides a great deal of valuable information to guide our drill programs.
Fast forward to this week's press release. Please share with us what Group 10 Metals discovered.
This was a pivotal press release for us because it reports Platte Reef grades for all of our target metals over good intervals in drill holes that are over 100 meters apart. In addition to that, we begin to discuss our plans to drill at Stillwater, including the potential we see to advance some of the more advanced areas quickly to a resource delineation stage. The results of our compilation work, combined with our 2018 work program, surprised us. We knew the area had good grades in drill results, but the proximity and orientation of those hits in relation to each other and to the geophysical and soil anomalies was an eye-opener. The HGR target, in particular, delivered true Platte Reef grade mineralization over long intervals in multiple holes, all within an area of 750 meters by about 400 meters. And it's open for expansion to the east towards an untested conductive high, and then to the west along a magmatic layer that's given us some spectacular high-grade samples. It's a very exciting target. We have a number of holes drilled in the 1970s by AMAX that targeted nickel and copper sulfides in the basal zone. These holes were often about 250 meters long, but they were not systematically assayed for platinum group or other minerals. And then we have holes drilled in the 2000s that were shallow, often less than 100 meters, but include complete assay data for all elements. We are the first to model these results from different areas together and bring the geophysics and geochemistry into the same systematic targeting process.
Michael, take us to one of the best holes and share what was discovered.
Glad to. One of the absolute best holes is IM 2002-07, which returned 8 meters at 3.65 grams per ton combined palladium, platinum, and gold, starting at surface, plus 0.16% combined copper and nickel. And it's got significant cobalt values as well. That grade is directly comparable to grades that are now being mined at the Platte Reef in South Africa. And then we consider the fact that that hole was drilled about 60 meters away from a 1970s hole named 35562 that returned 221 meters of a similar grade, actually higher in terms of nickel and copper at about 0.19% combined, but it has no PGE data. There are two more excellent holes, also from the 1970s, that are about 150 meters away from that and show potentially mineable nickel and copper grades, again, without the PGE data. We have in 35559, 33.5 meters at 0.77% nickel and 0.65% copper. And then also about 150 meters from that, in 35564, we have 26.8 meters at 0.98% nickel and 0.45% copper. And that's all within a broader interval that returned a whopping 259 meters at 0.25% nickel and 0.20% copper, starting at only 15 meters down. And that hole ended in mineralization. So these are truly great drill hits from the 1970s that have not been looked at in a modern light, and don't have complete PGE data. In fact, the PGE data is spotty at best and was done more recently. That second hole, 35564, is particularly interesting because of the limited palladium data that we have that reports 2.7 grams per ton in that high-grade interval. That could easily be 4 grams per ton total PGEs based on what we know of the ratio of platinum and palladium that we see elsewhere in the area. So that's very exciting. That's a full Platte Reef grade intercept. And these results tell us that there's a lot of metal in the system and that the conductive high anomalies are successfully targeting nickel and copper sulfide mineralization that is enriched in PGEs and cobalt. At the HDR target in particular, the past results are potentially mineable as they are, even before we test the conductive high to the east or the area to the west where we got a 3 ounce per ton grab sample. These are definitely priority targets for drilling, and we are now working up our plans in that regard.
Speaking of a lot of metal in the system, did the results meet or exceed the company's expectations?
These results exceeded our expectation, and they set the stage for a very exciting exploration program in 2019 as we work to bring those known grades together with the size potential that we see in those results.
Sir, what is the next unanswered question for Group 10 metals? When should we expect results, and what determines success?
Well, results of continued work on other target areas is ongoing, and news flow will be ongoing from that. But perhaps more importantly, we are now finalizing our priority targets and planning drill programs, and we'll be releasing details on those in the coming weeks as well. These are big targets, and we have a terrific base to build upon. I think it'll be an exciting year.
Switching gears, Mr. Rowley, what would you like to share with current and prospective shareholders regarding the value proposition of Group 10 metals juxtaposed to the current share price?
Sure. I have a three-part answer to that question. First, junior mining stocks present a great value opportunity these days because we are really undervalued relative to our target commodities and a number of other metrics. Group 10's market cap, for example, is about $8 million at present, And yet we have great assets in 3 truly world-class districts. That's most apparent at Stillwater, where we are sharing very rare geology and a famously metal-rich district with an asset that is valued at nearly $3 billion. Another important consideration concerning Group 10's value is the fact that we are focused on an American asset at a time when the U.S. is recognizing a need to secure supplies of strategic and critical metals within its borders. We saw this in the past week regarding energy metals, and in the past year with a broader list of metals that included PGEs. Stillwater District has some of the absolute best geology in the world for a number of the commodities listed, including nickel, cobalt, platinum, palladium, and we are right there beside 3 active mines. The last consideration is that we have some assets that we aren't getting much value for in the market at present, and we have been clear that we're working to monetize those in order to focus on advancing Stillwater West. We recently announced the signing of a letter of intent towards the sale of one of our Yukon assets, the Ultra project, where we will receive cash shares and exploration work over multiple years. We have interest in our other non-core assets as well, and we're following up on that. And then aside from projects, we have about $2.5 million of warrants that are in the money and are callable. And in fact, we've seen a number of those exercised recently, which provides us with cash to keep the pre-season machine turning.
Last question, sir. What did I forget to ask?
Well, let's touch on the Metallic Group for a minute, as Group 10 is one of 3 growth stage companies that share an office and follow the same philosophy. All 3 companies consolidated high-quality projects in high-grade brownfields districts through the bear market cycle and are now applying bigger and more modern geologic models to those assets. Metallic Minerals, MMG, sees potential for billion-ounce silver deposits by applying the Coeur d'Alene thinking from Idaho to the Yukon's iconic Keno Silver District. And our newest company, Granite Creek Copper, GCX, has consolidated the Stu Copper Gold property in the Yukon and is applying models developed at the neighboring projects there in the Carmax Copper Belt. All 3 companies have been strategically founded around great assets by experienced teams and are very well positioned to add real value this exploration season and beyond.
And for audience members, remember to visit the Metallic Group of Companies website, which is metallicgroup.ca. For someone listening that wants to get more information on Group 10 Metals, please share the website with us.
It's www.group10metals, GROUPTENMETALS.com.
And as a reminder, Group 10 Metals trades on the TSX.V, symbol PGE, and on the OTCQB, symbol PGEZF. For direct inquiries, please contact Chris Ackerman at 604-357-4790, extension 1. That number again is 604-357-4790, extension 1. He may also be reached at info@group10metals.com. As a reminder, Group 10 Metals is a sponsor of Proven and Probable, and we are proud shareholders for the virtues conveyed in today's interview. Finally, please visit our website, provenandprobable.com, where we provide mining insights and bullion sales. Michael Rowley of Group 10 Metals, thank you for joining us today on Proven and Probable.
Thank you, Maurice.
The information presented on Proven and Probable is provided for educational and informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. The information is not intended to be and does not constitute financial, investment, or trading advice, or any other advice. You should not make any financial, investment, or trading decision based on any of the information presented without first undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional broker or competent financial advisor.